All right, welcome back. We're headed out to Milby Yard. We've been away for a few days, so haven't made a video. But we're gonna head out to Milby Yard. We should have been there probably one day last week. Today is Friday of Memorial Day weekend, and I wanted to get back last week. I had a couple that was close and couldn't get back last week, and then we took a little trip to Brown County. So that took a little time, so I haven't checked these bees. I'm probably checking the ones at home too much and checking the ones out here at the Milby Yard not enough. So we're gonna get out here and check them. I know I got some that's in singles that need a second box, and I've got some honey supers I'm gonna go ahead and pull. I brought the some more honey supers if we need them, and the Bigo to clear the bees out of the supers with. So hopefully we can bring back a few boxes of honey today, extract a little honey this evening. It's getting kind of busy between the woodworking and the beekeeping. Got several orders for woodworking stuff I need to take care of, and then I've got a bunch of orders for honey. I got a lady waiting on wax, so it's been pretty busy. So I'll probably be working late tonight. We had a doctor's visit this morning we had to get taken care of. So just life gets in the way of getting stuff done you need to get done. As far as what's going on at home, we're I know I get in them hives too much, but we've got queens going in a nuke out there. My little mini hives, mini mating nukes. I haven't been in those in a little bit, and the time's up to check for them. I know a couple of them have laying workers, but I'm gonna try to figure out a way to use those drawn comb on DRAWN and get rid of the laying workers so they'll accept maybe one of these queen cells. But I put one round of grafts in my cell builder nuke, and I knew I didn't have enough nurse bees, and they didn't accept them. I think I got one for sure good one, and the other one I think is a little bit too long, so it's probably not viable. But the second round I just put one bar in there, and I didn't put it in on a frame. I just put the bar in there and made something where it wouldn't fall through, but I'll show you that later, probably in the next video. But I got 15 cells on that bar, and when I checked them in 2 days they had accepted 14 of them. So I went ahead and put 5 frames of capped brood in there, so they've got a lot of babies, and I went ahead and put pollen in there, pollen substitute in there for their pollen. So we'll see how that goes instead of putting a pollen frame in there. But I think it'll be good. They should be able to bring those out to the incubator on Sunday. Today's Friday, so 2 more days to bring those out, and I can start using those. And here in the next few days I'm going to get, maybe today, I'll get some more grafts in there and get some more going. Hopefully they'll be okay. I did put one extra frame. I took that frame of grafts out that were not accepted, and I put another frame of cap brood onto that. So I'll pull that frame out. I'll probably go through it just before I put some more grafts in there, just to make sure there's no queen cells or anything else going on. Another something new that I've done is wet grafting. It's been a long time since I heard anybody talk about wet grafting, but I took a lot of those. They only had 3 or 4 cells in there the last time I looked, but they were packed with royal jelly. So I took those cells out and scooped out that royal jelly and put it, I've got some vials I got from a guy a long time ago, and I put it in those vials and put it in the refrigerator and wet grafted these 15. So I think my process will probably be wet grafting from now on. I put it in my pocket to warm it up so it wasn't cold at all, and then I pre-filled the cells with royal jelly before I put my grafts in there, and it was a lot easier to float the larva off of the Chinese grafting tool with that pool of royal jelly already been in there. And then the little bit of time it takes them to figure out what's going on and to start feeding those good, they have something to eat on in the meantime. So that'll probably be the new process from here on out. But we'll see how this nuke works with these grafts and see if I can get where I can get, you know, 8 or 10 a week. I think I'd be in really good shape. And I only got about another month, I think, to be able to do that successfully. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, we're going out here today to put take honey off, put honey supers on, and add second boxes to our brood chambers. Since these were able to build up without me being in them every 5 minutes. So we'll be out here in a second, and I'll get back on here, and hopefully we can film it. We didn't get to film it on our first honey pool. Hopefully we can take a little more time. I think it was fixing to rain then, I'm not sure. But I didn't do a video then until I got them in the honey house. So hopefully we can do a video today of pulling the honey supers and doing this work, give it a little better idea of what's going on out here. All right, I'll be back in a minute. That's a pretty sight to see. I don't care who you are. I don't know if you can see them bees going everywhere, but they are thick. Makes me worried that I ain't been out here soon enough. Like I say, I should have been out here about this time last week, and I wasn't, because life gets in the way. I don't know what you do about that. You can't quit living. But hopefully we're not too far behind. Hopefully we can pull some honey off here and get things lined out. But man, they're super busy. I was busy at the house this morning too, which is a little different than the last few days. So I don't know what's blooming here, but we're getting a lot more honey here at this yard than we are at home. All right, we'll get in here and take a look at a couple. I'm gonna go check for swarms real quick, and then we'll take a look at a couple of them, see what they look like. See what they look like. They had requeened. They took care of their own problem. Both of these two shorter ones here on this pallet took care of their own queen problems and requeened themselves. This one I think had a this one had a deep foundation to fill out, and they're still working on it. That's what we're looking at, but they got some burr comb in there. We're gonna have to come back and get out sometime. We'll leave them like that for now. It's not what's on the agenda for today. This one found a replacement queen in the bottom with 3 full frames of brood. They might be ready for another box. Yeah, they still got some room, so we're gonna let them go. Give them some time. The main idea with these shorter halves now, I'd love to get some honey off of it, but the main responsibility now, I guess, is to try to get them built up enough where they're good hives for next year. Make sure they got a good queen. These are 2 examples here. Hopefully we'll be ready for another box, maybe. Give them a little smoky smoke. They are not ready for another box. Let's see if I got a queen. A little bit loud. I see no eggs. I see a lot of empty polished cells, like they're getting ready for a queen, but I don't see signs of a queen being in here. They don't have a laying worker, which that's good. Come on. And they haven't drawn out any of the comb that's down there with them. Today is May 23rd. 6, 5. No eggs and larvae. These look much the same. They're starting to draw out some comb. I do see larvae in this one. So they have a queen now anyway. Lots of milk brood. Different than that other one. They might still be waiting on a queen, but it's getting kind of late. 21st, they should have been, was 3 weeks. And they should have been back. But being as they don't have a laying worker, they could still be waiting on that queen, or she could be in there and just hadn't started laying yet. See if I can find this queen and mark her. Good gosh. It's a heavy frame. A frame full of honey, that's why. There's a swarm cell. Couple cells on this one. There she is. They have nixed my queen apparently and raised their own. Didn't like my queen. I don't care, it could have been what they done in that other one too. Alright, she's on there and crawling around. I'll show you this frame real quick. Alright, there's my queen. I just marked, and there's a cell there toward the bottom, and there's a cell there. So I bet she come out of one of those cells, and that's why they're behind. And that's probably what that other one's doing too. It's the same thing. And make sure she's in a spot where she ain't gonna get squished. Okay, so this hive is doing what this hive has already done. This hive just got it done a little sooner. This has got polished cells, no laying worker. So they've got a queen that they've raised on their own, I'm sure, and is yet to come back, or she has come back and just hadn't started laying yet. So next week, I'm sure we'll find eggs in here. So we just wrote on there to check next week. So that's where we're at. So we're moving on down the line. Dead cockroach. Let them simmer on that for a second. I would guess, just from looking in at the top, ow, turd sucker, right in the palm of my hand. Just from looking at it, that they've got a queen and there'd be eggs and stuff in here. Dang, it hurt. Ow. Got cat brood. Cat brood. Looking good. So they've got a queen, they're just building up, and that's what we're gonna let them do. Unlike the ones at the house we keep messing with. We will see if we can find her and mark her. Big shots. Get a box to sit on. I need to find me a box to sit on so I can look professional. There's one right there. Watch this. Now I'm a professional beekeeper. Be back. Good frame of cat brood. Usually don't find the queen. Sometimes you do. Usually don't find her too much on the cat brood. You'll find her on either side of it. On the eggs and larvae somewhere. Good solid pattern. You know, you can look in some of these hives and, you know, on one side, that's a good solid pattern right there. And you can turn it right over and look on the other one and that doesn't look near as good. So if you're just looking for pictures, you can usually find one that make a good picture for you. Yeah, that's just pollen and honey there. So we passed her up, passed her up somewhere. She likes to hide. She gets down in the cracks and crevices and she'll crawl over to the other side before you know what's going on. Makes her hard to find sometimes. She usually does not like a lot of attention. She's a recluse. Does her best work in the dark. Just thought of all kinds of things to say about that, but I think I'll keep them all to myself and stay out of trouble this time. If we only knew. Get off. A lot of times we go back through here and find the queen and then we wonder how we missed her in the first place. Not sure if that's going to be the case this time, but sometimes we don't look as good on the first frames we check. And then when we go back, that's where we found her. I don't think I pulled them frames. I think I skipped a couple because they're still stuck together. Get out of the way. That's probably where she's at. Good gosh, that frame's heavy. That's a really scattered brood pattern on that one. She was getting lined out apparently when that got laid. Got put in the cell. Don't see her. I don't see her. I'm starting to lose hope. Barely hold that one. Maybe she's on this one. Last chance. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna be on this one. If she was, we'd probably never find her. She's in here. We got eggs and larvae and cat brood, so we've seen what we need to see, so we'll close them up. All right, this one I expect to be a lot like that one. This seat's pretty nice. Looks about the same. Brood. We have a queen, we have cat brood. I'll go through here one time, see if we can find her and mark her. Nice frame of cat brood. That's what you want to see. Perfect pattern. Plenty of drones. Bees all look good. Got it. There she is right there. Well, she'll stay on this side for me. I get her marked. Stay, stay, stay. Don't fly. Don't fly. She's fluttering her wings like she's wanting to fly. We're gonna get her back down in here. Yeah. Bring her up here so you can see her, I think. There she goes, there she is. Nice, pretty queen. Can't believe I got all these light colored queens from all these dark colored bees. Where'd she go? Up on top. All right, she's acting too weird. I'm gonna put her back in there before she jumps off. All right, I see where she's at. So I know she's safe. She just crawled down in there on this side, so I can move all those frames over without worrying about, well, now she's crawling back on this side. I can still see her, so I can just watch and make sure I don't crush her. Got her all worked up. Now she went back on the other side, so she's good. Mark Queen Blue. Just gotta wait for her larvae to start hatching out, and they'll be ready for another box here in a week or two. All right, this one here, we pinched a queen in this one. We pinched a green queen and put in a queen cell. That's where we're at with it. These I've done a lot better job. You're not supposed to bother them for 3 weeks. Ones at home, I have not got that luxury. I've been bothering them starting at about 2 weeks and 2 days because I can't stand it. That way when you have an out yard, that's how you know when you need more. You don't have enough bees. It's when you bug the crap out of the ones you got. Bug them too much, you get more bees and you won't bug them so much. I was gonna say these didn't look that great, but the more I look at them, the better they're looking. It's hard to see. Sometimes the shiny in the bottom of the cell of these cells is hard to figure out if it's shiny because it's wet with small larvae and milkweed, or if it just looks wet because it's shiny where they've got it polished, but they do have it polished. Which means they're expecting a queen. To me, if they wasn't expecting a queen, they'd probably have a laying worker. But they think everything's all right for them to get a queen, or they already got a queen. They don't have a laying queen yet, but it looks like they're expecting one because they got the cells polished. Not sure, we didn't make no notes, and I can't remember what we did to get this one over here, but we'll check them. This was, oh, I know what this was. This was our swarm trap at the house. We had like 3 frames in a swarm trap. Somebody commented on this one that shouldn't have split up the brood. There was 3 frames, 1 frame on the other side, and 2 frames on this side. And I put all 3 of them together, but I think the 2 brood frames were on the outside of each other. And somebody commented, yeah, it's got a blue queen in here. We've already marked her. She's laying, but it ain't a great pattern. You can get away with more splitting up the brood in the prime of spring than you can any other time. I think she's probably still getting lined out. It's not a great pattern, but I think she would benefit from another frame of brood just to give her a chance. Might see if I can find one and put in here. I'm going to center that 3 frames of brood up. There's 3 frames of brood now. This is a small frame. So I'm gonna put them in the center and center them up a little bit. If we find one of these that was doing really good, we'd throw another cat brood frame on this one. Always a good sign you got bird comb. Call it a good sign, or you can call it, I should have been out here quicker. Because that's basically what it means. This might be a good one to get a frame for that small one there. Looks like most of they ain't liking that hive tool being in there. Y'all calm down a little bit. I'll go get some more smoker fuel. Alright, see if that calms them down a little bit. They're ready for another box, looks like. Pert mare, cat brood, and big old fat queen. Took my eye off over and I lost her. There she is. Big old big old fat dark queen in this one. Don't sting me. There, and I'm watching where she's at. Making sure nothing's in the way to crush her. And I'm just going to put it back together. I brought a water jug. I keep a water jug in my box, my bee box. And it was mostly empty. So I filled it up. And come out here and dumped it, moving stuff around. I dumped it upside down. It drained all my water out of there. So I still don't have no, I try to keep just plain water to wipe my hands off or get the sticky off or whatever. All right, we got cat brood, but it kind of looks like a laying worker. Cat brood is kind of sunk. The whole frame's sunk in, not the cells. Yeah, I think we have a laying worker here. I'll show you what that looks like. This is what a laying worker looks like. It's all scattered, drone brood. They didn't get their queen back. The ovaries developed in one or more worker bees, and they think they're okay, but the only thing that she can lay is unfertilized eggs, which turned out to be drone, and then you get frames that look like this. So these will be divvied up between, these frames will be divvied up between other hives, is the way that I handle that situation. But you don't want to overwhelm that little weak hive. You wouldn't want to put them in there and mess them up. But this good strong hive, I think there was a couple frames of foundation in there. We can put these drawed frames to replace that and really help them out a lot. I take it back. I don't know if there are frames of foundation. These might be drawed. Yeah. Yeah, it's all drawed. Well, that one ain't drawed. Yeah, it is on one side. Ow, turd. Why they gotta get you in the tender spots? Get you right in the stinking soft spot of your thumb. All right. That hive does not like being messed with. Turd suckers. Get off. So you already been in here once. Stay out. All right. One more hive down here to check. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. It's got all drawn comb on it, so it's, guess we could add a fuller frame to it out of that laying worker hive. Take out an empty frame. Honey. Next one be pollen. Nope, honey, a little bit of pollen. Let's leave that in there. Dummy. There's our pollen frame. A bunch of drones. Good gosh. More drones I've seen than any of them. This side has got clean, empty cells, but nothing in them. Straight to cat brood, surrounded by pollen, surrounded by honey. Just the way you like it. Good pattern. This might lend itself to giving that weak one down there a frame. I still see my queen cup is in there. Got a supersedure cell there in the middle, which we'll leave because we don't take down, we usually don't take down supersedure cells. And that's just a cell that's in the center of the hive. Down here, if you have queen cells or swarm cells, if you have them in the middle, they're supersedure and they've detected something wrong with the queen and they're trying to replace her. And if that's the case, we don't want to mess them up, which I have done many times. There's another charged cell right there on the center of that one. So we'll let them be. But when they replace it on their own like that, they hardly skip a beat. They really go pretty much right on and don't miss a beat. We'll still see if we can find the queen, if she's still in here. It's a frame of pollen there. If she is, we'll mark her. And then if we come back in a couple weeks and she's not marked, we'll know they replaced her with one of those supersedure cells, which is fine. Oh, there she is. Stand up there. Don't disappear. She's another light queen. She's trying to go around the other side already. Don't. Oh, she fell right down in there and then crawled down between the frames. Rode all the way down that frame. It's all right, she's good and safe in there. Oh, some buck. How am I gonna get that out? I don't like reaching my hand down in between them boards. Never know what you're gonna come back out with. I got it. I didn't get snake bit, so I guess I'm all right. All right, now I want to see her again because I got to slide all these over and I don't want to crush her. Yeah, there she is. All right, she's good. She's in a safe spot. Put them back together, and I'm not going to take a frame for that other one, I don't think. There's too much risk in messing these up. I'm more apt to do things that might cause a problem early in the season than I am late. It starts getting later in the season, you got to start thinking about getting the bees built up enough for winter time, and that's what I'm starting to think about now in the way I manage these hives. All right, that'll do it for that video. We checked all of them. I'll put a lid back on that one with a laying worker and mark it. We can probably use it next time. It'll really help, believe it or not, it really does help. Even if you was to take that whole top box and put it on top of one, which might be an option, it'll really help the hive that's underneath. And if it's a good strong hive, that them having a laying worker won't mess with them any. But it'll really speed them up. It's amazing how much it speeds them up and helps them out when you can add a top, even though it does have a laying worker in it. So all of our hives are pretty much doing good. Our one we caught in the swarm trap is still kind of weak. So we'll figure out something to do with it, but we've got notes marked on all of our hives and where they're at and what they're doing. So we'll know next time. So we're gonna go through here now and here in a minute, make another video of checking these honey supers. We'll use our stinky boards and push them down and then check off our supers and see how much they got in them, and that'll tell us how many to leave and how many we can go ahead and hopefully some of the bottom ones are already capped and we can go ahead and take some more honey back to the house. So I appreciate you watching. God bless y'all, and I'll see you on the next video.